If your name is Deb and you live in Sanford, Michigan, and you run outside every time to watch when the dump trucks go by full of gravel, or if your name is Gavin and your mom drives a dump truck for the Michigan Department of Transportation carrying sand or salt in the winter to help keep the highways clear, this book might be for you. It was written by Blaine Wiseman, who wrote a book about the Great Depression. He wrote a book about the Minnesota Lynx and the WNBA, and he wrote all these books that you see on the left side about basketball, football, skateboarding, the Kentucky Derby, extreme snowmobiling, and the Stanley Cup. But he also wrote this book called Dump Trucks. On this page, you can see that we get to learn the contents of what's still to come in the book. What are dump trucks? Tremendous trucks, teamwork, heavy duty, fill it up, dump it out, truck travels, license to drive, backing up, build your own dump truck, find out more, all these things. This part of the page tells us that the book was published by Weigel Publishers, and this part tells us that most of the photos come from a photo bank called Getty Images. What are dump trucks? How do workers move dirt, rocks, and other objects around a work site? They use big machines called dump trucks. These huge trucks have a big box on the back that can be filled with objects. The truck moves to a new place and dumps the objects out. In England and Australia, dump trucks are called tippers. This is because the box tips backward when it dumps a load. Tremendous trucks. Did you know that the world's biggest dump trucks are so large that they cannot fit on a regular road? The trucks are brought to the worksite in pieces and put together there. These trucks are used for mining. They can carry a load weighing about as much as 5,000 people. If you live in Wyoming or Saskatchewan, you know about these trucks. Each tire in these trucks is 13 feet tall and weighs about 117,000 pounds. A new tire on one of these trucks costs $25,000. Each tire is held in place by 47 nuts, lug nuts. Most car tires are held on by only 5 nuts. Teamwork. Did you know that dump trucks do not work alone? Other big machines pick up objects and place them in the box of the dump truck. The dump truck then moves the objects to a new place. Some dump trucks pull separate trailers behind them. These are called transfer dump trucks. Many objects can be carried in the trailer. Heavy duty. Why are dump trucks able to carry so much weight? Dump trucks are made from strong, sturdy materials. The truck's tires are made of thick rubber. This allows for huge loads to be placed in the back of a dump truck without putting too much weight on the tires. Dump trucks have huge engines. These engines have extra power for carrying heavy loads. The solid metal box on the back of the truck keeps the load from falling out. Fill it up. Did you know that the biggest dump trucks can hold as much as 1,800 gallons of fuel? This is 50 times more than the average pickup truck. Some dump trucks use electric power as well as fuel. They have a battery pack that supplies energy to help move the truck. Dump it out. How does a dump truck dump its load? The truck driver moves a lever to lift the box and dump the load. Moving the lever pushes oil in the motor from one tube to another. This creates power and makes the box rise. Some truck drivers can raise the box, dump the load, and lower the box in only 20 seconds. Truck travels. How fast can a dump truck travel? Some large dump trucks can reach 40 to 50 miles an hour. Small dump trucks can travel at higher speeds. Dump trucks can tip over easily. For this reason, drivers often stay below the speed limit on major routes. License to drive. Does it take special training to drive a dump truck? Dump trucks are more difficult to drive than smaller vehicles. Drivers must have special licenses to drive these big machines. Drivers must know how to cover the truck's load with a tarp. The tarp will keep objects from flying out of the box. Drivers are taught to lower the box before moving the truck. A raised box can get caught on wires or signs. Backing up. Have you ever used a mirror to look at the back of your head? Dump truck drivers use mirrors in much the same way. Mirrors on the side of the truck help the driver see the area behind the truck. However, there are still places the driver cannot see. Spotters are people who stand behind the truck and tell the driver if there are objects in the truck's path. Some spotters use flags or radios to signal the driver. Most use hand signals. The spotter points in a certain direction to show the driver which way to turn. Spotters slowly bring their hands together to tell the driver when to stop moving. There's so much more you can learn about dump trucks. On the left, there's some websites you can visit to find more information. On the right, there's a picture of Bree Gogol, who's one of the women who drives a dump truck, who wants you to know about what kind of life that is. On the bottom, on the right, there's even a company in Michigan, in Romulus, Michigan, that manufactures dump trucks and other kind of trucks too. Dump trucks are very interesting. So for young Deb in Sanford, Michigan, for young Gavin in Benton Harbor, Michigan, and for young listeners and readers and learners everywhere, Blaine Weissman, working with Weigel Publishers, wrote this book, Dump Trucks. It's part of the WOW series, World of Wonder.